Welcome back, guys. So today's video is going to be history on Springfield, Ohio. It's probably going to be in more than one part because, well, there's a lot of history. But to start off, we're going to go with the actual history of who founded it. The first part is Springfield was founded by James Demet, a former teamster from Kentucky in 1801. When Clark County was created from parts of Champaign, Madison, and Greene counties, Springfield was designated as county seat in 1818. Springfield beat out the village of New Boston by 2 votes in the state legislature. So that's a little bit weird history right there. I have no idea who James Dent is. I might find a picture and post it in the video. Springfield traces its early growth to the National Road, which ended in Springfield for approximately 10 years as politicians wrangled over the path it would continue. Dayton and Eaton wanted the road to veer south after Springfield, but President Andrew Jackson made the final decision to move the road, or to have the road continue straight west to Richmond, Indiana. As you know, I live in Indiana, so that's not really that far away. At least from me, anyway. Okay. It says during the mid and late 1800s, Springfield was dominated by industrialists, including O.S. Kelly, Asa S. Bushnell, James Leffel. I'm probably butchering these names. P.P. Mast, and Benjamin Warder. Bushnell built Springfield, Ohio Bushnell Building, where the patent attorney, apparently I can't talk today, to the Wright brothers. Harry Aubrey Toulmin Sr. wrote the 1904 patent to cover the pendant invention of the airplane. To promote the products of his agricultural equipment company, Mass started the Farm and Fireside magazine. He also had a publishing company, which grew to become Crowell and Collier Publishing Company, best known for Collier's Weekly. And in 1894, the Kelly Springfield Tire Company was founded. Okay, I don't want to read all this out to you, so we're just gonna skip ahead a bit. Okay, turn of the century became known as the home city. In 1902, I believe, it became known as the Champion City, a reference to the Champion brand of farm equipment manufactured by the Glessner, yeah, I'm butchering that, manufacturing company, which was later absorbed into International Harvester. International remains in Springfield as Navistar International, a producer of medium to large trucks. Okay, in 1902, A.B. Graham, then the superintendent of schools at that time, established a boys and girls agricultural club. Approximately 85 children from 10 years old to 15 years old attended the first meeting on January 15th, 1902. In the basement of the Clark County Courthouse. This was the start of what would be called the 4-H Club, within a few years quickly growing to a nationwide organization. 4-H stands for Head, Heart, Hands, and Health. The first projects included food preservation, gardening, and elementary agriculture. Today, the courthouse still bears a large 4-H symbol under the flagpole at the front of the building to commemorate its part in founding the organization. The Clark County Fair is the second largest fair in the state. Only the Ohio State Fair is larger, in large part to 4-H still remaining very popular in the area. Okay, another weird history. On March 7th, 1904, over 1,000 Springfield residents formed a lynch mob, stormed the jail, and removed prisoner Richard Dixon, a black man accused of murdering a police officer. Richard Dixon was shot to death and then hung from a pole on the corner of Fountain and Main Street, where the mob continued to shoot his lifeless body. The mob then proceeded to burn much of the black area of town. In February 1906, another mob formed and again burned the black section of town known as the Levee. Springfield was the first city in the U.S. to have a black mayor, Robert Henry. Okay, it says from 1916 to 1926, 10 automobile companies started or operated in Springfield. Among them, the Bramwell, Brenning, Foos, Freyer Miller, Kelly Steam, Russell Springfield, and Westcott. The Westcott, known as the car built to last, was a 6-cylinder, 4-door sedan manufactured by Burton J. Westcott of the Westcott Motor Car Company. Okay, so that's a little bit of history. Moving on, because that's a lot of mumbo-jumbo that I don't even want to get into. Okay, here's some interesting facts that I found. It says, following are some interesting historical facts of the Springfield area. Number 1, the first jail in town was guarded by a black bear. Many decades later, however, famed outlaw John Dillinger, yes, you heard that right, robbed a bank in New Carlisle, Ohio. Number 2, for many years, the corner of Main Street and Fountain Avenue was known as Trapper's Corner. It got the name from an 1813 presidential rally for William Henry Harrison. For the rally, a model log cabin was built atop a wagon, and everyone dressed as frontiersmen in support of Harrison. Okay, the next one. For almost a decade, Springfield was known as the town at the end of the pike because the massive national road projects stalled here due to a lack of federal funding. In other words, they ran out of money. They didn't have money. Okay, next one. Famous Western performer Anne Oakley gave her first professional performance in Springfield at the Crystal Palace. Many years later, the Marx Brothers also started their careers here. Next one. Agriculture has always had a big influence in the area. In 1902, A.B. Graham started the 4-H movement in Clark County. I already told you about that. Next one. At the turn of the 20th century, 54 passenger trains arrived daily in Springfield, and during the early 1900s, 10 different automobiles were produced here. I already named off the cars early on in the video, so hopefully you kind of got that. Next one is Burton J. Westcott, who built the car of the same name, remains a well-known local name today because of the house he had built in 1905 at 1340 East High Street. It was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright and is currently undergoing renovation. Okay. Springfield has 3 nicknames. Champion City, the highly successful Champion Reaper, was produced here in the 1800s. Home City, the Masons, Oddfellows, and Knights of Pythias. Yeah, I Don't know if I read that right. Located retirement homes here around the turn of the 20th century. And the last one, City of Roses. By 1919, Springfield's 33 greenhouses produced more roses than any other city in the world. The next one, 2 beers have been produced here, Red Head beer and Blue Head beer. I don't know what the difference is. Springfield was home to former featherweight boxing champion of the world 1959 to 1963, Davy Moore. Springfield produced 2 Ohio governors, Asa Bushnell, the 40th governor, from 1896 to 1900. And then the other one is James Rhodes, the 61st, 1963 to 1971, and the 63rd, 1975 to 1983. In other words, he was governor twice. Holy crap, I'm thinking 1800s for some reason. In 1983, Newsweek magazine chose Springfield and Clark County as the famous of its 50th anniversary issue, which chronicled the impact of the past 50 years on the 5 local families. Okay, and then just as a last minute thing, the following are notable people born and or raised in Springfield. Bernice Abbott, photographer, Randy Avers, assistant coach of the Washington Wizards, and former assistant coach of the Orlando Magic. Yeah, I'm not going to read all those out. There's a website on it. Okay, Andy Bowler, pianist, Gene Bowser, country music singer, Dave Burba, Major League Baseball player, William R. Burnett, novelist and screenwriter, Garvin Bushnell, musician, saxophone, clarinet, etc. Justin Chambers, former model and actor in the cast of Grey's Anatomy. Carl Cobbs Jr., jazz pianist. Jason Collier, a professional basketball player. Andrew Daniel, winner of Big Brother 5. Mike DeWine, former U.S. Senator for Ohio. Wayne Embry, professional basketball player. Lillian Gish, actress from the silent film era and after. Professor Luther Alexander Galtwald, tried for and acquitted of Lutheran heresy at Wittenberg College in 1893. Wilbur Gunn, former of the British car company Lagonda. Henry Haddix, Major League Baseball player. John Hall, John Stalder, local radio broadcasting personality for WIZE, WBNS, WTTO, WAZU. I'm not going to read all these out. Richard Dick Hatfield, disc jockey. EMCEE, I don't know what that means. And humorist. Robert C. Henry, first African-American mayor of any city. Dustin Hermanson, Major League Baseball player, obviously. Griffin House, singer and songwriter. Man, there's a lot on this list. Okay, Elwood V. Jensen, who is a biologist, and Deborah Lower, U.S. Navy flag officer, and the very last one, because I don't want to read all these out. Charles Thompson, another jazz musician, and Dan Stupp, another author. Alright, so there you go. That is the first part of my video for history on Springfield, Ohio. May take me a few days to make the other one, considering this one is like 15 minutes long now. But I hope you guys had fun with this, and I will post photos with it. So have a nice day, blessed be, and I shall see you guys next time.